Okay, so what we got going on today is I'm gonna be making a switch over to the lithium battery. I got a DC to DC charger, and I got a lithium charge system for the camper. So my situation is a little different than everybody else's. I always see everybody talking about they're going to solar. I'm not going to solar. That doesn't work for us in the way we use our camper. What I'm looking for is longer battery life when I'm using the battery for the lights and the heater at night and stuff like that, and just minor things. We're not trying to run the AC off of it. We're not trying to run, the microwave off of it. And the other problem I have is I keep going through these. I mean, I'm buying a new battery like once a year. And there's nothing wrong with the batteries I get. They're good batteries because when I put them in other vehicles, they hold up better. But just because of the rate that they charge and discharge and that we use it, and honestly, we drain them further than they probably should get drained oftentimes, because a couple times a year I have to start the RV to provide power to this to be able to start the generator. So today's biggest one right now that I'm going to do is we're going to switch out. I got a Chins battery. That's what I got. You can knock me if you want or whatever, but for the price, it looked great. And one thing everybody wants to know is, will it start a generator? And it's something I want to know. I don't see it answered very well, especially not in the Chins brand. Some people say yes, some people say no. But we're going to find out. So I'll make the connection and then we'll see how it runs. Okay, so I installed the Chins battery. These are my battery cables coming to my unit. And this here is just, I added, these guys here. So I got 2 USB ports, and it says it's reading 13.4 volts out of the battery right now. And that's what we're at now. Down here, I read it a minute ago. Let's see if I can get it on there for you guys now. I only got one hand, so you'll have to bear with me. There we go, that one's there. This one over here. 13.28, so a little bit off, but they're just cheap readers. Here, we can do this too. Let's see. All right, so we have that on there, right? Now I'm going to turn the power on my unit. You can hear the charger going on in there. And we'll put this one on here again, and this one over here. And it's adding more volts to it, so it's saying it's trying to push 13.4 to it. So, I mean, that's fine with me. I have to have that on. I'm pretty sure I have to have that on, the power on that, to start the generator. So come in here and let's see. I'm gonna prime it first. It's primed, and now start. And it's cold start, so I've not started at all today. That's one battery, one Chins 100 amp hour battery starts the generator. You can hear it running. So now I am plugged in. So let's do this. Let's we'll go ahead and stop the generator before it gets too warm, so nobody says it's, we had time to warm up and everything, because it's cold out today. It's not really cold. It's like 50 degrees out. So we'll go over here. We'll unplug it. Okay. So we'll unplug it just to make sure it's not getting any juice from outside sources now. All right. No outside sources. All right. And we'll try this. We'll start it again. All right, so I'm not even gonna prime it this time because it was already running. And it starts it. So, you know, for me, that's a win. Now, I may still add another battery. I don't know. But if you're telling me one battery will start it, that's a Chin's battery. Here, I'll zoom in for you guys so you can read the information on it. All right, that's my Chin's battery. All right, that's what it is. But that's one. Now, here's the thing about my camper that's different from everybody else's. One, I don't have a switch to jumpstart the front of the RV from this battery. So I don't have that ability on here. That's not in my system. All right, so I don't have that. And we don't have a solar system or anything like that. Now, I considered running it just like this, and honestly, if it was my vehicle and I was the only one that used it, this is how I'd do it. But because we do rent it out and other people use it, I wanted 100% functional for them. So what we're going to end up doing is adding the other systems to it. I'm going to add the DC to DC charger. And why did I go with the Victron? Well, because I want to be able to see what the charging is doing and what the battery looks like. So one of the things about this one was it's the Bluetooth. It's the smart unit. And so one of the reasons I went with it was because it would let me see the battery information on it. So there it is. That's the one I'm going with. So that's what I'm going with for that. And then for this guy here, why did I go with this one? This doesn't have a switch. This isn't the one that has a switch. This is just a 100% lithium charging unit. That's what it's for. And the reason I went with this one is because the reviews on the other ones, it sounds like people have trouble with them and everything, and I didn't want that. So I'm going to do another video on installing each one of these parts as I go. What I'm seeing is, let's go plug it back in. Let's go plug it back in and see. I wonder how long that charger will try to charge that battery for. So that's one of the issues I heard about these campers and their chargers from our battery guys, and that was that we leave our camper plugged up all the time. So that's how we run it. If we're not using it out in it, it's plugged up. When we take it out, we generally have a generator. That's what we do. But what I heard is that, can you hear the fan going? So it's charging still. Let's see what it's charging at still. I would be interested in knowing, one of the things I'd like to know, sorry about my fingers, guys. Try this again. Here we go. Put that there. Turn that so you can see it. There you go. And over here, it's charging 13.4. So the only other thing I might be interested in knowing is, how long will this charger try to charge it for? She's done. That's it. She topped off. So whatever she topped off on here, let's see what she topped off on. Sorry guys, I didn't know it was going to happen that quick, or I would have just kept recording, right? Let's see. She topped out at 13.45. So yes, that's not a full battery. That's not a full battery. So one of the things I considered doing at one point for myself, if this was just me, was getting a lithium charger, a small one, and plugging it up and just attaching it to the battery, so that when I was running my generator where I'm at, it would top this up past this limit. Meaning when this would turn off, that lithium one would kick on and charge it up. And every now and then I could just charge it full. So I wouldn't even have to run it all the time, just every now and then put that on. Especially like when I come home and I turn the power off, I could say, okay, I'm gonna charge that up. Now, this is the unit, by the way, this is the unit I have in case you're interested in the next step we're gonna go. This is the one I have, and we're gonna switch it over. So because of what I got, I can just take the bottom out and switch the bottom out, and it fits in here. That's what the company, Wifeco, I guess you say, whatever you want to say, that makes it, that's what they said I can do with that one. And it'll be 100% lithium charger then. I'll have all the lithium platforms. So I hope this helps you guys. I hope it shows you. I went with this Chin's battery because of Will. I watch him on YouTube a bunch. The only thing he didn't have for me was what I need, and what I need is a charging system, but I don't need solar, and he didn't have quite the platform I was looking for. I know Will recommends different batteries now and stuff like that, but for my price, Chin's like a good option. And I know we have lithium lipo 4 batteries in our motorcycles, and since I switched to those batteries never go bad. They just keep on working and working, cold, warm, it doesn't matter, they work. Now the one thing I found with cold is that if you put a small draw on it before you, so like if you're trying to do the generator, priming it would help. But if you put a small draw on them first and then go to start them, they're ready to go. But if they're really cold, they don't like that. So that's the only thing we found with them on the motorcycles, and that's freezing temperatures. That's really cold temperatures. But generally, I just tap my start button on my motorcycle, which activates the fuel pump for, I don't know, 10 seconds maybe, if that. And then I go ahead and start the bike with no problem. So that might be the worst case scenario with this. I may, like I said, I may get another battery. I may get another battery still. That's something I'm considering. I may get another one just to have the added power. Because when we go to the tracks and racing and stuff like that, what we do is we run a generator for all our power needs. We don't have hookups there. So that's what I'm wanting this for. So the 12-volt lights and stuff like that will work later in the evening, and we won't have any problem. So I hope this helps anybody, and like I said, we'll be back soon with the other videos for the other two pieces, putting them in when we get to them.